For those of you who did not see this news, XQC signed a reported $100 million deal with competitive live streaming platform Kick.com. If you guys don't know Kick.com, it was started by Trainwrecks and this guy named Eddie. I don't really know what Eddie's background is, but I know Trainwrecks was a really popular live streamer on Twitch.tv, did a lot of gambling live streams, would pull tens of thousands of viewers, gambling on a platform called Stake, which is like a crypto gambling site. Slot gambling got banned, or specific types of slot gambling got banned on Twitch. And so Trainwrecks said, hey, F it, I'm going to go make my own competitive streaming platform. And that birthed Kick.com. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably might not have heard of Kick. This might be the first time you're hearing about it. So XQC, if you don't know who he is, he's one of the largest live streamers in the world. Definitely the largest live streamer probably the largest live streamer in the world, actually. And he's been the largest live streamer on Twitch for a very long time. Anytime he's live, just for reference, anytime he's live, he'll have between 1% to 3% of the total viewership on Twitch, which if you really think about that, it sounds like a small number, but that is insanely significant for one streamer to take up that much of the single platform. So anytime he's live, he'll have between 50 to 80,000 viewers on Twitch. And he just signed a non-exclusive deal with Kick.com, which means he doesn't have to stream just exclusively on Kick for $100 million. Now, I've watched some like breakdowns of this price-wise. I think probably the way it's actually working is his base pay for this deal is probably around 70 million. And then the rest of the 30 million is locked behind other deliverables that he might not even see. My guess is might be locked behind some events or some other deliverables that he might have to do that he might not even get the chance to do or have the opportunity to do or whatever. But either way, it's a ginormous chunk of money. And a lot of people were comparing it to like LeBron, who I'm pretty sure just signed a 2-year extension with the Lakers. I'm not an NBA fan, so if I'm getting all this wrong, for like 97 million, and XQC's deal is bigger than that. So $100 million deal. That's a big headline. Kick is going to get a lot of earned media from this in the sense that they're going to get a lot of attention just from the nature of this deal. It's one of the largest deals in entertainment history. I mean, this is like Joe Rogan's Spotify numbers. Like these numbers are bonkers. So the contract is for 2 years, non-exclusive, with a base of 70 million and 30 million in incentives. Dexerto has another article here. So XQC explained how he will stream on both Twitch and like Kick.
Splitting time in between. I think Hikaru has that a little bit. So like, what? Yo, Hikaru, I was talking about you. Yeah, so it'll probably be like, wake up, just go live, do intro Andy, and just do like normal stuff. And begin a stream here. After that, I'll probably swap over. Sometimes I'll have like full days here, full days there. Chat, I'll just play it by ear pretty much. And
so nonchalant. It's a $100 million deal, by the way. So he says he's going to be able to split his time, which is crazy because most of the time when you see a streamer sign with a platform, usually it's for exclusivity. And that's what that's usually where a big chunk of the money comes from is like, for instance, when Ninja went over to Mixer, it's like, hey, we're going to pay you a big chunk of money to stream on Mixer, but you're only allowed to stream on Mixer. Can't live stream anywhere else. So that's usually where, you know, and that's a big ask for the streamer because they could be growing or using other platforms. So if you're going to be saying, hey, you can only stream here, that usually comes with a big chunk of money. So that's what makes this really significant is the fact that it's $100 million and he's not even locked to just one platform. He can still stream on Twitch and it's a $100 million deal. He had a whole announcement video that was pretty cool. Kick staff stepped in to stop XQC from watching The Dark Knight to avoid DMCA bans. So this was literally just today, I'm pretty sure. It blows my mind, dude. Like, I don't know why most people kind of have this perception that DMCA is kind of tied into like a platform's TOS. So if you guys don't know what DMCA is, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, I get hit with this on YouTube all the time because YouTube has a pretty advanced content ID system. If I start watching content on my YouTube live stream that's copyrighted, my stream will get temporarily suspended. And that's when you guys see that black screen come up where it's like, this stream has been temporarily suspended. And then it waits for me to stop watching that content before it starts showing my stream again. And so that is YouTube's way of making sure that people just don't live stream movies, live stream TV shows, or other copyrighted content that isn't owned by the broadcaster. YouTube has a pretty advanced system to automatically detect that stuff. Twitch and Kick do not. Those things have to be like manually taken down. So XQC, in one of his first days live streaming on Kick, was streaming The Dark Knight. And I'm pretty sure a Twitch staff member had to come into his chat and ask him to not stream The Dark Knight, which is just, I don't know. He's being paid $100 million. Like, you would think you'd know. Some people, I think, have this misconception, like they kind of view Kick as like the Wild West. And they're like, oh, because Kick doesn't have like a TOS, you can do whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. You know, you could just get away with live streaming TV shows. And that's not all how it works. It's like law. You can't live stream somebody. You can't be making money off of somebody else's content. That's copyright infringement. And that doesn't matter what the platform's terms of service is. It's against the law. So XQC was over an hour into the film when a Kick staff member pinned a message in his chat explaining that his stream was violating the site's DMCA policy. Again, it's just wild. Just absolutely wild. I don't know why he would ever think, because like he could get sued for so much fucking money for doing this. I don't know why he would ever risk that. And I'm sure he knows it, but like, man. Anyways, XQC indicates he might have taken equity as part of his compensation for the $100 million in compensation for Kick. So equity would be ownership, those who don't know. Ownership in the platform. So he would have some sort of, like, if you think about like owning stock in the platform, or owning stock in a company, I should say. So yeah, this was pretty huge news. Really, really cool for the entertainment space. Ninja's deal blew everybody out of the water back in like 2018, 2019, when he signed that exclusive deal with Mixer and was paid 30 to 40 million to go live stream on that platform. Obviously Mixer didn't end up being a successful platform long term, but that kind of set the precedence for these live streamers signing exclusive deals with different platforms. And Ninja's deal was reportedly 30 to 40 million dollars when he signed with Mixer, and now XQC is being reportedly $100 million. It's just bananas. Just absolutely insane. It's kind of hard to fathom, honestly. XQC finding out his agent leaked his contract pay.
What else? This says, shit. Wait, who said 100? Yes, who initially said this rumor? Anyway, I've spoken to nobody about any numbers. I don't know. Who?
Too much money? It does seem crazy. My interpretation of all this is like, this is Kick's. This is almost like a Hail Mary attempt on Kick's end to try to really legitimize themselves as a live streaming platform. And while I respect the kind of big baller moves from this, and I don't know, somebody who's way smarter at business than me would have to figure out if like Kick's ever going to get a return on their investment, like if they're ever going to make more than $100 million off of this deal. It seems like this is Kick's way of basically saying like, hey, we're like a serious competitor to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, because this is a huge deal. I mean, XQC is the biggest live streamer. He's been on Twitch forever. He's such an iconic Twitch streamer. So for Kick to like kind of bring him over to their platform is pretty significant. I don't know how it'll impact Twitch long term. I'm not really sure. I think there's a lot of talk out there that it's going to really hurt Twitch. And I think optically, like if you're really in this space, like if you're paying attention to all this news and stuff, or you're a hardcore XQC or a hardcore like Twitch news, like live streaming content creator, news watcher, then you'll probably think this is a big deal. But I don't know, as far as like, because Twitch is still so much bigger than Kick. And I think what a lot of people don't realize, and kind of what we learned from Mixer, is that you can pay as much money as you want to bring people over to a platform. But if the platform or service isn't good enough, it's not going to incentivize people to stay there, right? Like Mixer played this game of like, hey, let's just pay Ninja and Shroud a bunch of money, bring them over to Mixer. And a bunch of people did follow, but like the platform just didn't have enough to like actually really build the community that I guess people wanted over there. Or I don't know. It just, they weren't able to get enough user acquisition for that. They weren't able to make enough money at the end of the day. It seems like Kick is doing a better job of that so far, but it's really hard to tell. It's hard to tell. It's going to be fascinating to watch though. As somebody like me, like I really enjoy all the live streaming, entertainment, content industry space. So it's going to be interesting to see how this will affect Twitch long term, and if Kick is actually able to really propel themselves forward with this announcement. But XQC, God, he's making a killing off of this. Pretty crazy. So that's that news. I'm sorry, but that is just too much money. I get half of it's in sponsorships, but like, I mean, it's somebody else's money. That's the thing. It's somebody else's money, and somebody else thinks it's worth it for them to do this. Kick is also backed by stake.com, which what we talked about earlier is that gambling site, and they have more money than God. So they've got a lot of backing. I mean, but then again, Mixer was backed by Microsoft and they've got a lot of money too. Doesn't necessarily mean the platform's gonna be successful. So who knows? Who knows? Only time will tell. Twitch won't exist in 4 years. Watch. It does seem like Twitch is like, not only is this a big kick in the nuts for Twitch optically, but it's also coming on the heels of like all this bad press for Twitch, where they've just been seemingly doing a lot of things to change their rules on the platform that are just making it less creator friendly. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but it's wild how much people in the entertainment get paid. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like just think about like professional athletes, right? Like that's somebody else's money at the end of the day. And somebody else is saying like, hey, we're going to pay LeBron James this amount of money. We're going to pay, right? Like when Tom Brady was in the NFL, we're paying to pay him this much money, right? When you think about like in any sport, right? Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, like any of those big guys in baseball, like that was somebody else's money, and they're going to be giving it to them because it's worth it. It's going to make somebody else more money, I guess, to have those guys. So yeah, it's wild. It is crazy to think that like XQC, I don't know. Anyways, that's the story.